It started with a blurry video, a grainy out-of-focus clip that looked like it was shot on a potato. The kind of video that makes you squint and wonder if your eyes are playing tricks on you. Shaky hands, bad lighting, the usual. It was the kind of footage that would make any professional videographer cringe. But there was something different about this one. Something that made it stand out from the countless other blurry Bigfoot sightings. But the sound? The sound was unmistakable. Pure, unadulterated death metal drumming. The kind of drumming that makes your heart race and your head bang. It was fast, it was furious, and it was coming from the middle of the forest. Coming from, you guessed it, Bigfoot. Or at least something that looked an awful lot like Bigfoot. A tall, hairy figure pounding away on a drum kit with a ferocity that would make any metalhead proud. Or at least something tall, hairy, and suspiciously good with a double kick pedal. The kind of skill that takes years to master, yet here it was, in the middle of the woods, being played by a creature that shouldn't even exist. The internet, in its infinite and often idiotic wisdom, exploded. Memes were created, hashtags were born, and everyone from your grandma to your little cousin was talking about it. It was the kind of viral sensation that only the internet could create. Death metal, a genre known for its brutality, suddenly had a new mascot. A mascot that was as mysterious as it was terrifying. A mascot that brought a new level of intrigue to a genre already steeped in darkness and intensity. A furry, smelly, possibly mythical mascot. The kind of mascot that you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley, but would love to see on stage at a metal concert. It was the perfect blend of myth and music. And it had everyone talking. The video spread faster than a bad case of athlete's foot in a locker room. It was everywhere on every social media platform, being shared and reshared by people who couldn't believe what they were seeing. Soon, every death metal forum, chat room and message board was buzzing. Theories were being thrown around like confetti at a parade. Was it a hoax, a clever marketing ploy, or was it really Bigfoot showing off his drumming skills to the world? Everyone had one question. Who was this mysterious beast behind the kit? Was it a man in a suit, a real-life Bigfoot, or something else entirely? The mystery only added to the allure, and the internet couldn't get enough of it. As the days went by, more and more people tried to uncover the truth. Amateur sleuths analyzed the video frame by frame, looking for any clues that might reveal the identity of the drummer. But no matter how hard they looked, the mystery remained unsolved. The video continued to spread, gaining more and more attention. It was featured on news programs, discussed on podcasts, and even made its way into late-night talk show monologues. Everyone had an opinion, but no one had any answers. And so the legend of Bigfoot's blast beat was born, a legend that combined the wild, untamed spirit of the forest with the raw, unfiltered power of death metal. A legend that captured the imagination of millions and showed no signs of fading away. Whether it was real or just an elaborate hoax, one thing was certain. Bigfoot had made his mark on the world of death metal. And for fans of the genre, that was more than enough. The video continued to be shared, commented on, and debated. It became a part of internet folklore, a story that would be told and retold for years to come. And through it all, the question remained. Who was the mysterious drummer behind Bigfoot's blast beat? The forums and chat rooms continued to buzz with activity. New theories emerged, old ones were debunked, and the debate raged on. It was a mystery that captivated the internet, and it showed no signs of being solved anytime soon. And so, the legend of Bigfoot's blast beat lived on. A legend that brought together the worlds of myth and music in a way that had never been seen before. A legend that reminded us all of the power of the internet to create and spread stories that capture our imagination. The answer, like Bigfoot himself, remained elusive. For years, the legend of Bigfoot had captivated the imaginations of many. Stories of a giant, hairy creature lurking in the depths of the forest had been passed down through generations. Some claimed to have seen it, while others dismissed it as mere folklore, yet the mystery persisted, drawing curious souls into the woods, hoping for a glimpse of the mythical beast. That didn't stop the hordes of death metal bands from descending upon the forest. They came from all corners of the globe, united by a common goal, to find Bigfoot and make some noise. The idea was simple yet audacious. If Bigfoot was real, perhaps the thunderous sounds of heavy metal could draw him out of hiding. It was a long shot, but for these musicians it was worth a try. They came armed with guitars, amps, and enough hairspray to suffocate a small country. The forest, usually a place of serene beauty, was transformed into a makeshift concert venue. Amplifiers were set up among the trees, and the air was filled with the scent of leather and sweat. The musicians, with their long hair and heavy makeup, looked like they had stepped out of a different world, one where the forest was their stage and the trees their audience. The forest, once a place of peace and tranquility, became a cacophony of blast beats and guttural screams. The music echoed through the trees, a relentless assault on the senses. It was loud, it was chaotic, and it was exactly what the bands had hoped for. The energy was electric, and the crowd, a mix of metalheads and curious onlookers, was swept up in the frenzy. It was a sight to behold, a surreal blend of nature and noise. It was like Woodstock, but with more corpse paint and less patchouli. The festival, dubbed Forest Fest, quickly gained a reputation as the most unconventional music event of the year. Bands performed in full corpse paint, their faces painted white with black accents, giving them a ghoulish appearance. The contrast between the eerie makeup and the natural beauty of the forest was striking. It was a celebration of the macabre, a tribute to the darker side of music and myth. Bands hoped their music would lure Bigfoot out of hiding. They played with a fervor, each note a call to the elusive creature. The idea of Bigfoot emerging from the shadows to join the revelry was both thrilling and terrifying. Some musicians even claimed to have seen movement in the trees, a fleeting glimpse of something large and hairy. Whether it was their imagination or something more, the possibility kept the excitement alive. They dreamed of signing the beast to a record deal, of headlining tours with the creature billed as the eighth wonder of the world. The fantasy was wild, but in the world of heavy metal, anything seemed possible. The idea of Bigfoot as a rock star performing on stage with a band of humans was the stuff of legends. It was a dream that fueled their passion, a vision that kept them playing long into the night, hoping that one day the legend would become reality. Then there was Foot Fetish, a band so obscure, so underground, they made the mole people look like social butterflies. Foot Fetish wasn't just a band. They were an enigma wrapped in a mystery, shrouded in the kind of secrecy that would make even the most elusive of underground movements seem mainstream. Their music was a blend of heavy metal and psychedelic rock, a cacophony of sounds that seemed to come from another dimension. Foot Fetish claimed they had already found Bigfoot. Not just found him, but befriended him. They said they had stumbled upon him during one of their late-night jam sessions in the deep woods, where they often went to find inspiration away from the prying eyes of the public. They claimed to have shared a bong with him, jammed in his cave, and even learned some of his ancient mystical rhythms. According to the band, Bigfoot was not just a myth, but a musical genius, a creature with an innate understanding of the universe's vibrations, and, most shockingly, recorded an album with him. This album, they said, was unlike anything the world had ever heard. It was a fusion of human and Sasquatch sounds, a symphony of the natural and the supernatural. The band members described the recording sessions as surreal, with Bigfoot contributing guttural growls and haunting howls that added an otherworldly layer to their music. The internet, already on the verge of a collective aneurysm, lost its damn mind. Social media platforms were flooded with debates, memes, and conspiracy theories. Some people were convinced that Foot Fetish had indeed uncovered one of the greatest mysteries of the modern world, while others dismissed it as an elaborate hoax. Could Foot Fetish be telling the truth? The band members remained cryptic, neither confirming nor denying the wild stories. They thrived on the ambiguity, letting the rumors swirl and the legend grow. Their mysterious aura only added to their allure, making them a subject of fascination and speculation. Was their new album, Sasquatch Stomp, the product of a collaboration with the mythical beast? The album cover featured a striking image of the band posing with a Bigfoot lookalike holding a record. The artwork was both intriguing and bizarre, perfectly capturing the essence of Foot Fetish's unique brand of mystique. Or were they just a bunch of talentless hacks trying to capitalize on the Bigfoot craze? The debate raged on, with fans and critics alike dissecting every detail of the band's story. Some pointed to the band's previous work, noting that their music had always been unconventional and boundary-pushing. Others argued that the Bigfoot angle was a desperate attempt to gain attention in an oversaturated music industry. Regardless of the truth, Foot Fetish had succeeded in capturing the world's imagination, leaving everyone eagerly awaiting their next move. The music world demanded answers. Journalists, bloggers and podcasters all clamored for an interview with Foot Fetish. They wanted to know everything: where they met Bigfoot, what he smelled like, if he preferred blast beats or D beats. Foot Fetish, to their credit, played it cool. They refused to divulge the location of Bigfoot's lair, citing creative differences and a strict non-disclosure agreement. They hinted at dark rituals, ancient pacts and a shared love of fermented yak milk. The mystery deepened, the legend grew, and the forest echoed with the sounds of death metal and desperate dreams. Section 5, Drums of Doom, Legends of Poop. Stories about Bigfoot became increasingly outlandish. Some claimed he only ate vegan tofu jerky, others swore he was fluent in ancient Sumerian, a few even insisted he moonlighted as a yoga instructor. The one thing everyone agreed on was the drumming. It was savage, primal, and surprisingly technical. It was the kind of drumming that could only come from a creature who had spent centuries perfecting their craft in the solitude of the wilderness. Section 6, a symphony of screams and snares. Meanwhile, the forest continued to be overrun by metalheads. The air reeked of sweat, bug spray, and unfulfilled dreams. The trees trembled under the weight of 1,000 power chords. Amidst the chaos, one thing was clear. Bigfoot had inadvertently created a cultural phenomenon. He had brought together thousands of people in a shared love of loud music, bad hygiene, and the absurd. Section 7, the elusive beatmaster. But where was Bigfoot? Was he watching it all unfold from the shadows, a bemused smirk on his furry face? Was he laughing at the absurdity of it all, or was he simply a figment of our collective imagination, a hairy, drumming metaphor for our own primal desires? The truth, like a decent set of drumsticks, remained just out of reach. Section 8, Bigfoot, Myth, Musician, Mayhem. The Bigfoot drumming saga was a testament to the power of the unknown, the allure of the strange, and the enduring appeal of really, really loud music. It was a story that could only happen in the age of the internet, where a blurry video could spark a global obsession. It was a story that proved once and for all that truth is often stranger than fiction, and that sometimes the best drummers are covered in fur and smell like a wet dog. Section 9, Never trust a drummer, even with furry feet. The moral of the story: never trust a drummer, even one with furry feet and a penchant for blast beats. They're all a little bit crazy, and that's what makes them so damn good.